Hello beginners. Hello people who are not beginners. You're all welcome here. This is called a beginner's yoga class, yoga for beginners, but all levels are welcome. And it's going to feel really good. We're going to explain some things and you're going to understand a little bit more about the practice of yoga. I'm really glad you're here. Hello beginners. Be not afraid. Yoga is a very friendly thing to do, and beginner yoga is suitable for most bodies. So do what you can and don't be afraid to try this beautiful ancient practice of yoga that could help you throughout your entire life. So we're going to come to standing and step the feet a little bit wider than the hips. Bring your hands to your hips. Circle around in one direction. Now, if you happen to go to a yoga class, just do what you can. Don't do what you feel uncomfortable doing, and build up your practice from there. There's also many props that you can use to help the body feel better in each posture. So make good use of those props, blocks, blankets, etc., straps. Circle the opposite way. And if you go see a teacher, you can ask them these questions. What do I use that for? What is this for? Will this help me? Etc. Keep moving the body. Good. Hold it steady and lower the arms down. Let's shake out the shoulders. Good. Swing your arms around you. Opposite heel lifts as you swing. So if I swing to my left, my right heel is lifted. Swing to my right, my left heel is lifted. And I just go side to side, and I breathe, and I feel my spine waking up. Now, if you do yoga quite a bit, this video is also good for you, just to get a nice, relaxed opening of the body. After all, we're all beginners, truly. Keep going. There's always something new to learn. Always. Good. Keep moving. Let's slow it down so we feel some tingles in the body. And then we're going to step the feet in so that we're hip width. And we're going to lift the heels up off the ground just a little bit and give ourselves a little bounce. Up and down. Let your lymphatic system get a little bit of a drainage. Perhaps, maybe. This is what trampolines are good for. Help those lymph nodes drain, 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 drain. Good. Lower the heels down and let's flip the right foot over. The top of the foot is pressing forward. The toes are curled under the opposite way. And we want to feel a nice little stretch in the front of that ankle. Left knee has a tiny little bend in it. And we're going to pull the shoulders up and back. Just take a deep breath in. Let everything go. Let it go. Every little thing. Just let it go. Release any need for control. Be in the moment. And let your breath help you. Relax that right foot down to the ground. And let's switch. The left foot presses forward. The heart is open. The jaw relaxed. And the breath is deep. Good. Notice how you feel. This is what yoga is also about. Learning what's truly going on with us, body, mind, spirit, emotions, mental. Because we whiz through the day, right? We go through our days without stopping a lot of the time. Yoga gives us a chance to take it down. Let's flip that foot back to neutral and shake out the legs, bending and straightening each leg. Give them a little wiggle and just breathe. Good. Walk to the back of your mat. Bring your hands to your hips and open up your heart. Now, when we stand in this position, what we'd like to see is the head moving back, right? So we're pretending we're against a wall and we're pushing the back of the head back into the wall. The shoulders rolling up and back, and we're lifting the heart up and open. Feel the knees and the ankles, the hips all stacked. And we want this lower back to stay a little bit curved. We don't want to tuck the tailbone. No matter what you hear in yoga classes or from other yoga people, don't tuck the tailbone. So we want to keep that lower back healthy. That curve is there for a reason. Pull the shoulders up and back, and now let's step the right foot forward into a lunge. You don't have to go too far in that lunge. Go where you're comfortable. And when we're in this position, hips squared facing forward. These are my headlights at the front, and I want to see where I'm going. So I have my hips squared facing forward. My back heel is pushing down. Some people like to open the back foot in this position, but try to just make sure that your hips are squared facing forward and your back knee is not being affected. The back heel on my leg here is lifted and I'm pushing it straight down. This is going to help my pelvis stay squared, face forward, and then the arms reach up towards the sky. Let the shoulders relax, lengthen the spine. The front knee is stacked on that ankle. The breath is deep. This is your warrior one position, Virabhadrasana 1. Be active with your back heel. Lower the arms and bring your hands to your hips. Perfect. Take a deep breath in, and we're going to switch the legs. You can lean into that front foot here. The back heel lifts, and then we push back with that front foot. Or you can just switch however you're comfortable. And the opposite leg comes forward. Again, work on the hips squaring, facing the front. Remember those headlights. Shoulders up and back. The head pressing back slightly. We want to line it up above the shoulders. We don't want the head forward like this. Okay, so we want it nice and in line with the spine. Shoulders up and down. Open and lift your heart. Relax your jaw. And now float the arms up towards the sky. If your arms have trouble getting up to frame the head, you can try opening the arms out to a T, turning the palms up, and lifting them up that way. And see if that makes any difference. Let your jaw relax. Front knee is stacked on the ankle. Feel the strength of this posture, this asana. Virabhadrasana 1. Let the shoulders relax. Hands come down to the hips. Breathe deeply. Lean into the front foot. And again, push back with that front foot. Arms come down. Shake it out a little bit. Notice and breathe. Good. Allow your body to lower all the way down. And we're going to come to our seat. Bring your right leg forward in front of you. You're going to drop this left knee open. And then just lift the body really tall. Notice where this right hip is. We want to pull it back. Again, the squaring of the hips, we're revisiting that again, okay? So squaring of the hips, we're lifting the body tall, and we're going to walk the hands alongside this right leg and pull the belly up and over the leg. A couple of things here. The goal is not to get to the leg. Surprise, surprise, okay? The goal is to feel open and good and feel a little bit of a stretch, not overdoing it. So we're going to have a little tiny bend in this right knee. We're going to encourage the top of the foot, the toes to pull back. We're going to reach the chest towards the toes, and then we're going to lift the body nice and tall and bow the body forward and down. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention was this lower back. You're going to see a lot of people in yoga tell you to not round that lower back, but in fact, it's okay to do so. We want to keep flexibility in this lower back, so you can round it. Make sure your body feels okay with that. If you feel any pain or discomfort, don't do it. It's really that simple. If you have herniated discs in that low back area, forward bending might not be for you. So keep your body upright and long. Use your breath. This is called Maha Mudra, the Great Seal. Breathe deeply. Let's walk those hands back in and sit the body up tall. Relax your jaw. Bring this left knee up to center. I have my foot planted inside the right inner thigh, and now my right arm is going to hug the left knee. The left arm comes behind to the floor, or maybe you have a yoga block there. You're going to push down into it. Body is tall. We inhale. And exhale. Give yourself a nice little twist here. If you're pregnant, if you have a lot going on in the front of the body here, and this is too congested for you, you can step the foot a little bit wider, see if that helps, or you can twist the other way. That's totally fine. Either way, you're getting a twist. Breathing deeply. Nice long spine, so we want to lift that head up. Your head does not need to turn and look behind you unless you're feeling very flexible in your body. So that head is attached to the spine, right? So if I'm feeling flexible and I'm twisting and my head naturally goes with my twist, that's great. If it doesn't feel natural, keep your head straight, looking forward. Always do what feels good for you. Let's slowly rotate back to center, and we're going to lift the arms up towards the sky. Bring that left leg out in front. The body is tall. Let's hold it here. This is Dandasana. And I forgot to say the twist is Matsyendrasana. I know you're loving all this Sanskrit, right? So this is Dandasana. We're going to pull the shoulders up and back and encourage the chest to lift. Now, one thing that you can do in a yoga class or when you're doing yoga is sit on the front edge of a blanket to help your pelvis tilt forward and down. Especially if you're feeling rounded in the back, right? Or if you can't quite get your body to come forward. If you sit on the front edge of your blanket, it's going to help you with that. Grow the spine nice and tall. Deep breath in. The blood travels from hands, down arms, towards the heart. And we lower the arms down. Good. Let the jaw relax. Bring this right foot in. Inside the left inner thigh. Right knee is down on the floor, down towards the ground. And I didn't say this on the other side, but you can always put a blanket underneath this right thigh as well, or a block if you're feeling a lot of pulling on the inner thigh area of this right leg. So we're going to lift the body tall, very, very tall. I'm looking at my left toes here. I want them to point straight up towards the ceiling. So I don't want to rotate this leg at all. So legs are pointing straight up. I'm lifting my body very tall, and I'm going to walk my hands alongside the leg and just see how far I get before I start to feel a stretch. I want to stay there. So feel that first stretch, little tiny bend in this left knee, and then pulling your left toes back a little bit more if you can. Relax your jaw, breathe in. And if this feels like a good place for you to stay, stay here. You can also practice more of a bow. Rest your head down. You can also rest it on a block or a cushion. Maha Mudra. And then slowly lift your head, walk your hands in, sit your body up tall. Bring this right knee up to the center, pointing towards the ceiling. And we're going to breathe as we wrap the left arm around this knee. The body tall here, flexing the left foot still. And the right hand comes down behind the body. And we're going to lengthen up through the crown of the head. Let's inhale. And exhale, twist a little bit more. Woo. Let your back feel good with this movement. Think delicious thoughts. Keep breathing. Good. Slowly, slowly come back to center. Good. Crisscross your ankles. And we're going to rock the body forward. Grab the floor with your hands. Keep crawling forward and lift over your ankles into table. So we want the hands under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. Now, it's really a good idea to protect your knees. I don't have a blanket today, but if you have one, you can put it underneath your knees to help protect them. Table posture. Take a deep breath in. I'm sneezing. My goodness. And the fingers are spread wide. The knees are underneath the hips. We're going to take the left leg straight out behind while we're in table here. And your left hand is going to come underneath your left shoulder. Your right arm comes forward, the palm faces in. I'm getting really long with my limbs here, and my neck is long. I'm looking down at the mat. I don't want to lift and look forward. I want to keep my neck happy and healthy. Pull a little bit longer with those limbs, and then lower down, hand and knee. Let your jaw relax. Keep breathing. Opposite side, the right leg extends. I want my toes to point straight down. My right hand stays underneath my shoulder. Fingers are wide, and I'm gripping like a tree frog. And then I'm going to take my left arm straight out in front with the palm facing in. Again, the neck stays long. I'm looking down, and I'm pulling as long as I can with my arm and my leg. Good. Hand down, knee down. Woo! A little wag of the tail. And let's open the knees wide and bring the big toes to touch. Sit back to the heels and reach your arms forward as far as they'll go comfortably in a child's pose, Garbhasana. You're going to rest your head here to the ground and take deep breaths in and long breaths out. Deep breaths in and long breath out. Just let it all go. Good. Lift your head, look forward, and come onto your belly. Come on down. Come on down onto your belly. This is your Sphinx posture. So the elbows, I'm noticing when I sneezed, there's a little dust on the floor. Your elbows are underneath your shoulders here. Your hands are directly out in front of your elbows. So think of the Egyptian Sphinx, those amazing statues. And that's what we want to try and do here. If your lower back feels tight, walk your elbows forward a little bit and see if that helps you. Take a deep breath in. Pull the heart forward and feel the length on the front body. Let the jaw relax. Let everything go. Calming the mind, being present in the moment. Good. Good. Let's lower down. We're going to rest the head on the hands. We're stacking them. And we're going to bend the knees and windshield wiper the lower legs side to side. People love windshield wipers in yoga. It feels so good. And this, you're on your belly, so you're getting a little belly massage too. It's really nice. Extend your legs long to the ground. And bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Your elbows hug in towards your body. We're going to do our Bhujangasana, which is baby cobra. The chin and the chest lift off the ground. Hands are under shoulders. Elbows pointing back and up. Okay, so we're not resting the elbows to the ground. They're lifted, pointing back and up. And we're breathing. We have a nice long neck. We're pushing the pelvis into the floor really strongly. Squeeze the buttocks. Reach your heart forward. And just notice how you feel. Baby cobra. Good. Lower down. Bring your arms behind. The palms face up. You're going to turn your head to one side. And then bend your knees. Windshield wiper. Lower legs again. Side to side. Are you breathing? Let your jaw relax. Good. Lower your legs. Hands under shoulders. And lift very slowly up and back into a child's pose. But this time, your knees are going to stay together, your feet together, and you're going to sit the hips back. You're going to pull the belly up and over your thighs, and you're going to rest your body forward and down. If your head does not come to the floor, you can put a block or some books underneath the head and just rest there. Another thing is the arms can come back. Okay, the palms can face up here if that feels good. And we're just going to breathe. Allow your back to relax and open. Take long breaths in and long breaths out. Just let everything go. Your lower back is loving this. Try to calm the mind. You can always put a block underneath your bottom or a blanket. You can also do traditional child's pose with the knees open if that feels better for you. Let go of a sigh. Find some rest. Good. The hands come forward. Let's lift ourselves up. We're going to lay on the floor for a Shavasana, which is where I'm going to leave you. So you can decide how long you want to do your Shavasana for. When you lie in Shavasana, make sure you're warm. Maybe you have a blanket over you, perhaps something covering your eyes, even if it's a clean sock. I have to say clean. Rolled up blanket underneath your neck is nice. Something underneath your knees is also nice. Maybe you have a cushion to support you. We're trying to support the body so that it feels so comfortable, we're not going to want to move for about 7 minutes, maybe 5. See what you can fit into your day. So come on into your Shavasana, lying onto the floor. The legs are long. There's an art to Shavasana, and if you haven't seen our video of that, You can check that out. Tuck the shoulder blades under, the palms face up, and you can allow your feet to fall open. We're going to breathe deeply in. Exhale with a sigh. And then breathe normally. Let the jaw relax. You can sink the lower jaw towards the back of the skull. No matter what noises or movement or activity is going on around us, we can be present and we can be still. We can find relaxation. We can be at peace. Use the breath. Give yourself 5 minutes to be in your Shavasana. And have a lovely, amazing rest of the day. Namaste.